कन सुनना चाहते ना तेरा, तू अज तो होया है मेरा। कन सुनना चाहते ना तेरा, मैनू सपने आंदे ने वे तू चढ़िया फिरदा कोई तेरी मेरी। अड़िया वे लगू टिच बटना दी जोड़ी तेरी मेरी। अड़िया वे लगू टिच बटना दी जोड़ी तेरी मेरी। मैनू सूए तेरी वे कदे नी भुलूंगी मुख तेरा, मैं मेहंदी ना लिखना सोहणिया नावी ते तेरा। मैनू सूए तेरी वे कदे नी भुलूंगी मुख तेरा, मैं मेहंदी ना लिखना सोहणिया नावी ते तेरा। चाहिदा कुछ भी नहीं, बस तू दिल मेरा ना तोड़ी तेरी मेरी। अड़िया वे लगू टिच बटना दी जोड़ी तेरी मेरी। अड़िया वे लगू टिच बटना दी जोड़ी तेरी मेरी।
तू ही ये मुझको बता दे, चाहूं मैं आना अपने तू दिल का पता दे, चाहूं मैं आना।
तू ही मुझको बता दे, चाहूं मैं आना अपनी तो दिल का पता दे, चाहूं मैं आना।
इतना बता दूं तुझको, चाहत पे अपनी मुझको यूं तो नहीं इख्तियार। फिर भी ये सोचा दिल ने, अब जो लगा हूँ मिलने, पूछूं तुझे एक बार। ओ तू ही ये मुझको बता दे, चाहूं मैं आना अपने तो दिल का बता दे, चाहूं मैं आना।
ये बता दे तू किस ओर चला है तू, क्या पाया नहीं तूने, क्या ढूंढ रहा है तू। जो है अनकही, जो है अनसुने, वो बात क्या है बता मितवा। कहे धड़कने तुझसे क्या मितवा, ये खुद से तो ना तू छुपा। लबों को लबों पे सजाओ
जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब कोई मुश्किल पड़ जाए, तुम देना साथ मेरा ओ हमनवा। हो चांदनी जब तक रात देता है हर कोई साथ, तुम मगर अंधेरों में ना छोड़ना मेरा हाथ। हो चांदनी जब तक रात देता है हर कोई साथ, तुम मगर अंधेरों में ना छोड़ना मेरा हाथ।
कयामत होगी आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी। मेरी नजरें तो गिला करती है तेरे दिल को भी सनम, तुझसे शिकायत होगी मेरे महबूब। मेरे सनम के दर से अगर बादे सबा हो तेरा गुजर, कहना सितम कर कुछ है खबर। तेरा नाम लिया जब तक भी जिया, ऐशमा तेरा परवाना जिससे अब तक तुझे नफरत होगी। आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी मेरे महबूब। कयामत होगी आज रुसवा तेरी गलियों में मोहब्बत होगी। गुलाबी आंखें जो तेरी देखी, शराबी ये दिल हो गया। संभालो मुझको ओ मेरे यारो, संभलना मुश्किल हो गया। गुलाबी आंखें जो तेरी देखी, शराबी ये दिल हो गया। दिल में मेरे ख्वाब तेरे, तस्वीर जैसे हो दीवार पे। तुझ पे फिदा मैं क्यों हुआ, आता है गुस्सा मुझे प्यार पे। मैं लुट गया मान के दिल का कहा, मैं कहीं का ना रहा, क्या कहूँ मैं दिलरुबा। बुरा ये जादू तेरी आंखों का, ये मेरा कातिल हो गया। गुलाबी आंखें जो तेरी देखी, शराबी ये दिल हो गया। मैंने सदा चाहा यही, दामन बचा लूं हसीनों से मैं। लिखे जो खत तुझे वो तेरी याद में, हजारों रंग के नजारे बन गए। सवेरा जब हुआ तो फूल बन गए, जो रात आई तो सितारे बन गए। लिखे जो खत तुझे कोई ना जब हुआ तो फूल बन गए, जो रात आई तो सितारे बन गए।
मेरे दिल के करीब ही हूँ, धड़कन सी तू रहती है। तुम्हें देखूं मैं हर लम्हा, मेरी आँखें कहती है। तेरी खुशबू मेरे ओ सनम, मेरी रग रग में बहती है। लिखे जो खत तुझे वो तेरी याद में, हजारों रंग के नजारे बन गए। सवेरा जब हुआ तो फूल बन गए, जो रात आई तो सितारे बन गए। लिखे जो खत तुझे
किसी खूबसूरत परी जैसी होगी, मुझे क्या पता दिलरुबा कैसी होगी। किसी खूबसूरत परी जैसी होगी, मुझे क्या पता दिलरुबा कैसी होगी। सोचता हूँ तुझे, चाहता हूँ तुझे, दिल मेरा कह रहा सारे फासले मिटाना। ओ जाने जाना, ढूंढे तुझे दीवाना, सपनों में रोज आए आ जिंदगी में आना। ओ जाने जाना, ढूंढे तुझे दीवाना, सपनों में रोज आए आ जिंदगी में आना सनम। समा है सुहाना सुहाना, नशे में जहां है। किसी को किसी की खबर ही कहाँ है। हर दिल में देखो मोहब्बत जवां है। समा है सुहाना सुहाना, नशे में जहां है। किसी को किसी की खबर ही कहाँ है। हर दिल में देखो मोहब्बत जवां है। कह रही है नजर नजर से अफसाने, कह रही है नजर नजर से अफसाने। हो रहा है असद के जिसको दिल जाने। देखो ये दिल की अजब दास्तां है, नजर बोलती है, दिल बेजुबां है। जाने जा ढूंढता फिर रहा हूँ तुम्हें रात दिन, मैं यहाँ से वहाँ। जाने जा ढूंढता फिर रहा हूँ तुम्हें रात दिन, मैं यहाँ से वहाँ। मुझको आवाज दो, चुप गए हो सनम, तुम कहाँ,
मैं यहाँ,
तुम कहाँ।
मैं यहाँ।
भीगी भीगी सड़कों पे मैं तेरा इंतजार करूं, धीरे धीरे दिल की ज़मीं को तेरे ही नाम करूं। खुद को मैं सनम रे तू मेरा सनम हुआ रे, सनम रे तू मेरा सनम हुआ रे।
तू आता है सीने में जब जब सांसें भरती हूँ, तेरे दिल की गलियों से मैं हर रोज गुजरती हूँ। हवा के जैसे चलता है तू, मैं रेत जैसे उड़ती हूँ। कौन तुझे यूँ प्यार करेगा जैसे मैं करती हूँ। तुझ पे ही आके रुके, कहने को बाकी है क्या, कहना था जो कह चुके। मेरी निगाहें है तेरी निगाहों पे, तुझे खबर क्या बेखबर। मैं तुझसे ही छुप छुप कर तेरी आँखें पढ़ती हूँ। तुझे यूँ प्यार करेगा जैसे मैं करती हूँ।
आँखों के पन्नों पे मैंने लिखा था 100 दफा, लफ्जों में जो इश्क था हुआ ना होंठों से बयान। खुद से नाराज हूँ, क्यों बेआवाज हूँ, मेरी खामोशियाँ है सजा। दिल है ये सोचता फिर भी नहीं पता, किस हक से कहूँ बता कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा, कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा, कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा, कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा।
तुमसे है दिन मेरे, तुमसे है रातें, तुमसे है राहत मेरी।
तुमसे है पल मेरे, तुमसे है कल, तुमसे है चाहत मेरी। अब रहना है संग तेरे ही मुझे, अब जीना है संग तेरे ही मुझे।
अब रहना है संग तेरे ही मुझे, अब जीना है संग तेरे ही मुझे। तेरी सांसों में ऐसे बस जाऊं, जुदा कोई ना कर पाए। तेरी बाहों में यूं सिमट जाऊं, जुदा कोई ना कर पाए।
हो कोई भी सफर साथ चलना मुझे,
बेपनाह मेरी जान चाहूंगा मैं तुझे, चाहे मेरा इंतहा।
तेरी सांसों में ऐसे बस जाऊं, जुदा
Good morning and welcome down to our Monday edition of Your Morning Love, your recipe for happiness. This is your favorite Monday to Friday early morning program, Kaieteur. I hope that you guys have had a great restful weekend and you are ready because guess what, guys? Believe it or not, process it how you want to, do what you may with this information. But we are 6 days away from Christmas. That's right. So all of the big plans and preparations that we've had, all of the big cleaning and decorating and shopping and baking and cooking and invitations and planning for events. It's all coming down. As a matter of fact, so many events have already started, all the galas and charity balls and all the things have started, but you personally with your things to do for Christmas, we are 6 days away. I hope that you guys are also having a fantastic morning. Thank you for joining us here. Of course, Selecta Alex, and we've got Buddy Pal Joshua, and yours truly here, keeping you company up until 11 a.m. You know how we do it here on Kaieteur. If you're joining us for the very first time, or you're tuning in after a very, very long time, season's greetings to you on behalf of the SKP team and Kaieteur Radio. If you're listening from across the world, you're listening here in Guyana, we hope that you have a great day and thanks for joining us. On a Monday, we try to bring to you, fresh, everything fresh. All the things that came out on Sunday or over the weekend, all the news, all the things that you need to know, all the movie releases, the fresh hot music out there. Yep, it's all going down here on Kaieteur every Monday to Friday. But on Monday, we try to bring to you everything fresh. Now, before we get to any music or anything this morning, we continue with that. I just quickly want to say, I think for those of you who watched the game, even if you are not, fans of football or you don't understand anything at all that's happening, I got to tell you, that was one of the greatest FIFA World Cups in the history of football. Congratulations to Argentina. I mean, listen, both teams played, they played their lives out for these games. And I think they both deserved to be in the finals. It would have been really great if France had won the titles back to back, but you got to give it, I think Messi, if you guys agree with me right now, if you think that Messi deserved that win to end his World Cup career, the man has won every other thing there was, every other trophy, medal, whatever accomplishment there was, he has already earned. So why not retire and, retire with a World Cup trophy? And I think that's amazing. Although he did say that he was not going to be resigning from the national team, so he continues to play for Argentina. But for World Cup, I don't think he's going to be playing another World Cup. However, there are rumors that Cristiano Ronaldo was at the game yesterday and that he is likely to return for another World Cup since they did him real dirty during this one. And of course, Kylian Mbappe, for me personally, listen, Messi has got, his talent, his years of experience. But if you guys look at the stats, back to back for Messi and Mbappe, you'll see that, he's actually more accomplished than Messi. And I know a lot of y'all are going to come for me this morning with that, but, facts are facts and stats are stats. So Mbappe, of course, is only 23 years old, and he's played head-to-head, leg-to-leg with a GOAT like Messi. So, that already tells you that this man, listen, in less than 2 minutes, he scored 2 goals to take France head-to-head with Argentina. He's got a bright future ahead of him. And because he's only 23 years old, he's got a lot of World Cups more to come for him. So, yeah, I think well played yesterday. I was at the edge of, I watched it on my bed. I was at the edge of my bed, with the penalties and everything, a game one with penalties. It was just amazing, though. Guys, comment to let us know what you thought about the Football World Cup yesterday that was played in Qatar. We hope that you have a great morning. We have those and many other updates for you here on today's show. Let's continue with the music. It's 9 hours 30 in Guyana and across the Eastern Caribbean. You're listening to Kaieteur Radio.
जिंदगानी के लम्हों को तेरे नाम कर दिया जिंदगानी के लम्हों को तेरे नाम कर दिया खुद को तेरी खातिर बदनाम कर दिया बदनामियां मिली
याद तुझे करता रहता है, हर पल तेरे सपने ये देखा करता है। माना तुमने रास्ते अपने बदल दिए, ये बेचारा बीते कल में ही रहता है। आखिरी सांस को भी तेरे नाम कर दिया, आखिरी सांस को भी तेरे नाम कर दिया। खुद को तेरे ही खातिर नाकाम कर दिया। बदनामियाँ मिली, तन्हाइयाँ बढ़ी, बदनामियाँ मिली, तन्हाइयाँ बढ़ी। ना वो अखियाँ रूहानी कहीं, ना वो चेहरा नूरानी कहीं, कहीं दिल वाली बातें भी ना वो सजरी जवानी कहीं। जग घूमे थारे जैसा ना कोई, जग घूमे थारे जैसा ना कोई। ना तो हंसना रुमानी कहीं, ना तो खुशबू सुहानी कहीं, ना वो रंगली यादें देखी, ना वो प्यारी सी नादानी कहीं। जैसी तू है वैसी रहना, जग घूमे थारे जैसा ना कोई, जग घूमे थारे जैसा ना कोई, जग घूमे थारे जैसा ना कोई, जग घूमे थारे जैसा ना कोई।
आसमान सुनली दुआ की जुबां है, तेरा इश्क ही मेरा अब रहनुमा है। फासलों को दूरियों को राह ना मिलेगी, हाथ की लकीरों में तेरा निशान है, तेरा निशान है।
लब पे बस यही बात, रब से मांगू दिन रात। एक तेरा साथ, एक तेरा साथ, एक तेरा साथ, एक तेरा साथ,
तेरा साथ, एक तेरा साथ, एक तेरा साथ, एक तेरा साथ।
तेरा मेरा साथ हो और प्यार भरी रात हो, कभी भूले ना दोनों को भी एक ऐसी मुलाकात हो। मैं दिल तू मेरी धड़कन, बस तू ही मेरा जीवन, जीना नहीं जीना तेरे बिन। हाय मैं तेरे दिल विच रखिया मैं तैनू, हत्थां दियां लीकां विच तकिया मैं तैनू, रब तैनू मेरे नाम लाया। हाय मैं तेरे दिल विच रखिया मैं तैनू, हत्थां दियां लीकां विच तकिया मैं तैनू, रब तैनू मेरे नाम लाया।
मेरी खातिर बना है तू, मुझको जहाँ से दुआ है तू, मेरी खातिर बना है तू, मुझको जहाँ से दुआ है तू। तू रास्ता तू रह गुजर, मेरे इश्क का है पता, तू जस्तजू तू आरज़ू, दिल दे रहा है सदा। वो अभी जा मेरे मरना, वो अभी जा मेरे जुदा, वो अभी जा मेरे मरना, अभी जा। बेइंतहा यूं चाहूं तुझे मैं, जो टूट के तू बिखरे यहाँ, खत्म न होगी ऐसी मोहब्बत, करने लगा हूँ मैं बेपनाह।
मेरी आँखों में मेरी सांसों में तेरा चेहरा, मेरे दिल की हर एक दीवार पे तेरा चेहरा। मेरी आँखों में मेरी सांसों में तेरा चेहरा, मेरे दिल की हर एक दीवार पे तेरा चेहरा। तू ही है, तू ही मेरा जहां, तू ही रब, तू ही दुआ, तू ही लब, तू ही जुबान, तू ही राह, तू ही मकान, तू रहनुमा। तू ही रब, तू ही दुआ, तू ही लब, तू ही जुबान, तू ही राह, तू ही मकान, तू रहनुमा।
तू ही रब, तू ही दुआ, तू ही लब, तू ही जुबान, तू ही राह, तू ही मकान, तू रहनुमा।
मेरी आँखों में मेरी सांसों में तेरा चेहरा, मेरे दिल की हर एक दीवार पे तेरा चेहरा। तू ही है, तू ही मेरा जहां, तू ही रब, तू ही दुआ, तू ही लब, तू ही जुबान, तू ही राह, तू ही मकान, तू रहनुमा।
तू ही रब, तू ही दुआ, तू ही लब, तू ही जुबान, तू ही राह, तू ही मकान, तू रहनुमा।
किसी शायर का दिल बन के बरसती हैं बूंदे तुम पे, किसी शायर का दिल बन के बरसती हैं बूंदे तुम पे। नजारा उफ क्या होता है, गुजरती हैं जब जुल्फों से, दूर कहीं अब जाओ ना तुम। सुन 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 बरसात की धुन, सुन 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 बरसात की धुन, सुन। दिल में यही एक गम रहता है, साथ मेरे तू कम रहता है। हाँ दिल में यही एक गम रहता है, साथ मेरे तू कम रहता है। छोड़ के अभी जाओ ना तुम, सुन 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 बरसात की धुन, सुन। सजदे किए हैं लाखों लाखों दुआएं मांगी, पाया है मैंने फिर तुझे। चाहत की तेरी मैंने हक में हवाएं मांगी, पाया है मैंने फिर तुझे। तुझसे ही दिल ये बहला, तू जैसे कलमा पहला, चाहूं ना फिर क्यों मैं तुझे। जिस पल ना चाहा तुझको उस पल सजाएं मांगी, पाया है मैंने फिर तुझे। ओ सजदे किए हैं लाखों लाखों दुआएं मांगी, पाया है मैंने फिर तुझे।
जो तेरी खातिर तड़पे पहले से ही, क्या उसे तड़पाना ओ जालिमा, ओ जालिमा। जो तेरे इश्क में बहका पहले से ही, क्या उसे बहकाना ओ जालिमा, ओ जालिमा। आंखें मरहबा, बातें मरहबा, मैं 100 मर्तबा दीवाना हुआ, मेरा ना रहा जब से दिल मेरा तेरे हुस्न का निशाना हुआ। जिसकी हर धड़कन धड़कन तू हो ऐसे दिल को क्या धड़काना। ओ जालिमा, ओ जालिमा।
सबको ऐसे जैसे सबको वो सहती है, पर गुस्से में जब आए और आंखें वो दिखलाए, लड़ते लड़ते गलती से मुस्काए। My दिल goes my दिल goes my दिल goes
करती हूँ जब उससे बातें, लगता है सोने वाला है। सो के जब जब भी वो जागे, लगता है रोने वाला है। पर चुपके से वो आए, बिना नींद से मुझे जगाए, ले बाहों में और खुद ही गिर जाए। My दिल goes my दिल goes my दिल goes my दिल goes
अधूरा रह गया तेरे बिन सोना, मैं सोना, मैं सोना रह गया। सुबह जब सुबह जब आंखें खोली तो तू नजर न आई। कल तक बाहों में थी वो, अब है तन्हाई। फासले फासले अब बढ़ने ही लगे, रास्ते रास्ते अब थमने ही लगे। आखिर क्या थी वजह जो हम बिछड़ गए, आखिर क्या की खता जो हम बिखर गए। रूबरू हो जा तो बस एक बार, क्या कहूँ क्या नहीं मेरा हाल। हाँ मैं अधूरा 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 रह गया तेरे बिन सोना, मैं सोना, मैं सोना रह गया। तेरे बिन राहें ढूंढती है दिल में भी रोशनी, तेरे बिन सांसें चलती है जैसे दिन हो आखिरी।
कोई अखियों से पूछे तो हर बार यही ये कहे, मैं देखूं जो खुद को कभी, मेरी ही जगह तू दिखे। जग है पराया जब से तू आया, सांसें अब जीना सीखें। मैं ना रहना जी रहना तेरे बाद वे छड़ जाना, मैं जाना जग साथ वे। मैं ना रहना जी रहना तेरे बाद वे छड़ जाना, मैं जाना जग साथ वे। हानिया वे हानिया वे हानिया वे हानिया वे।
सपनों की उड़ाने भर के आ गया, दिल अपना तू बहला के आ गया। सपनों की उड़ाने भर के आ गया, दिल अपना तू बहला के आ गया। एक धोखे में गुजारी जिंदगी, कोई मिला ना जो तेरा अपना हो। वे जो गया जग मिल गया, ताकी करेगा ताकी करेगा। वे जो गया सब मिल गया, ताकी करेगा ताकी करेगा।
दौलत बरसने पे खुद से तू पूछियो, बारिश की बूंदों जैसे मिलती खुशी क्या, पहने मखौटा क्यों बुलिया जमाने में, निकली कभी है तेरे दिल से हंसी क्या। इमारतों से ऊंचा बन गया पर खुद को पीछे छोड़ चला, बेजो गया जग मिल गया, ताकी करेगा ताकी करेगा, बेजो गया सब मिल गया, ताकी करेगा ताकी करेगा।
चल चल वे तू बंदेया उस गलिए जहाँ कोई किसी को न जाने, चल चल वे तू बंदेया उस गलिए जहाँ कोई किसी को न जाने, क्या रहना वहाँ पर सुन बंदेया जहाँ अपने ही ना पहचाने, रह गए हैं जो तुझ में मेरे लम्हे लौटा दे, मेरी आंखों में आके मुझे थोड़ा रुला दे, चल चल वे तू बंदेया उस गलिए जहाँ कोई किसी को न जाने। मैंने जब देखा था तुझको रात भी हो याद है मुझको, तारे गिनते गिनते सो गया, दिल मेरा धड़का था कसके, कुछ कहा था तूने हंस के, मैं उसी पल तेरा हो गया, आसमानों पे जो खुदा है उससे मेरी यही दुआ है, चांद ये हर रोज मैं देखूं तेरे साथ में, पुट्टी मोहब्बत ने अंगड़ाई ली, दिल का सौदा हुआ चांदनी रात में, ओ तेरी नजरों ने कुछ ऐसा जादू किया, लुट गए हम तो पहली मुलाकात में, ओ हमने सोच रखा था मोहब्बत ना करेंगे हम, किसी को दिल नहीं देंगे, किसी पे ना मरेंगे हम, ये हमने सोच रखा था मोहब्बत ना करेंगे हम, किसी को दिल नहीं देंगे, किसी पे ना मरेंगे हम, तुम्हारी मस्त आंखों ने ये कैसा हाल कर डाला, कि ये दिल चीज क्या है मांग लो तो जान देंगे हम, पलट के इश्क की गलियों से जाना है बड़ा मुश्किल, दिल गलती कर बैठा है, गलती कर बैठा है दिल, दिल गलती कर बैठा है, गलती कर बैठा है दिल, दिल गलती कर बैठा, अब बोल हमारा क्या होगा, बोल हमारा हमारा बोल हमारा हमारा बोल हमारा, ओ यारा बोल हमारा क्या होगा। हम तेरे बिन अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा, हम तेरे बिन अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा, तुझसे जुदा अगर हो जाएंगे तो खुद से ही हो जाएंगे जुदा, क्योंकि तुम ही हो अब
अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी, अब तुम ही हो। मेरा दर्द भी मेरी आशिकी, अब तुम ही हो। एक पल दूर गवारा नहीं, तेरे लिए हर रोज है जीते, तुझको दिया मेरा वक्त सभी। कोई लम्हा मेरा ना हो तेरे बिना, हर सांस पे नाम तेरा। दो लफ्ज की है बातें की है, क्यों दरमिया फिर रुकी रुकी। कह भी न पाए रह भी न पाए, क्यों बेवजह है ये बेबसी। तुम में हम है, हम में तुम हो, तुमसे हम है, हमसे तुम हो। किस्मतों से मिलते हैं दो दिल यहाँ, हर किसी को नहीं मिलता यहाँ प्यार जिंदगी में। हर किसी को नहीं मिलता यहाँ प्यार जिंदगी में। खुश नसीब है हम जिनको है मिली ये बहार जिंदगी में। हर
से कोई खुशी नहीं जिसकी तुम वजह नहीं, अब से कोई दिन नहीं जिसकी तुम सुबह नहीं, अब से कोई बात नहीं जो तुमसे ना होगी शुरू, अब से कोई राह नहीं जो तुम संग में न मुड़ू। अभी के अभी ये हो गया यकीन, ये जिंदगी मेरी हो गई तेरी। अभी के अभी ये हो गया यकीन, ये जिंदगी मेरी हो गई तेरी।
She's absolutely fine.
तुमसे हर बात है जब तुम हो साथ। तुमसे हर बात है जब तुम हो साथ।
Wait for a sign, so I know your mind. Every day I look in the mirror and I see your face. The walls break down when you smile at me, and the world's much brighter than the one I see. As I wait for a sign, so I know your mind. Every day I look in the mirror and I see your face. The walls break down when you smile at me, and the world's much brighter than the one I see.
जाना बिल्कुल समझाना कैसे ये सब हो गया। बिल्कुल सोचाना बिल्कुल समझाना कैसे ये सब हो गया। प्यार मुझे तुमसे ही जाने कब हो गया। हो प्यार मुझे तुमसे ही जाने कब हो गया। बिल्कुल सोचाना बिल्कुल समझाना कैसे ये सब हो गया। प्यार मुझे तुमसे ही जाने कब हो गया। ओ प्यार मुझे तुमसे ही
गलियां में फोटोआं विखार दियां
डर जया लगदा है दिल टूट ना जाए बेचारा तेरे यार बथेरे ने मेरा तू ही है बस यारा तेरे यार बथेरे ने मेरा तू ही है बस यार
Yep, Dil Dara, Dil Dara. We're playing a really great music for you this morning, guys. The time check is 9 hours 58. We're going to pause to go to the news in just about 3 minutes. So stay here with us to get all the updates. A quick update on what's happening around you in Guyana and the rest of the world. You are listening to us here on Subaki Pair. I'm Sarida. With me is Buddy Pal Josh. And of course, the man selector Alex, bringing to you the ones and twos and all the hottest tracks that's popping right now. And that's how we do it for you this and every Monday. What you guys up to? We're 6 days away from Christmas. How prepared are you for Christmas? How prepared are you for the holidays, guys? Let's talk all things Christmas today. Comment in our Facebook and on our Facebook Live and let us know. How prepared are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How prepared are you for Christmas in 6 days?
जो तेरी डूबे आ रहा मैं दिल चुलुका के तेनू रख ला मैं अखियां जो तेरी डूबे आ रहा मैं दिल चुलुका के तेनू रख ला मैं तेरे बिना पल बिना लंघदा मेरा सोनिए तू अखियां दे नेड़े नेड़े रो
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
With your news at this time, I'm Kevin Smith. On Friday, High Court Judge Nareshwar Harnanan ruled that Guyana's Environmental Protection Agency breached the law to issue a permit to Schlumberger Guyana Inc. to construct a radioactive storage facility at Lot 1, Area X, Houston, East Bank, Demerara, without conducting an environmental impact assessment first. On February 14, 2022, 3 environmental activists and residents who live nearby the facility, Vanda Radzik, Danuta Radzik, and Rafael Singh, filed a lawsuit at the Demerara High Court against the EPA, the Environmental Assessment Board, and Schlumberger. And also happening, Glenn Altel's Vice President Jadio monitor Exxon's expenses and come clean on Guyana's real profit from Stabroek Block. Oil money has made the government power drunk, protecting oil company while creating second-class citizens. According to the former EPA boss, PNCR Mervyn Williams and Don Hastings Williams tipped to be party's general secretary. Heavy winds destroy several homes in Berbice and contracts signed for construction of 10 houses in Smith Creek, Region 1. And that's the news at the moment. Thank you for listening.
Kaieteur Radio, keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Apple again. This time, I am not cutting the apple. I am just peeling the apple. The skin is on the table and the flesh is in my hand. ExxonMobil responded to my statement I make on them billboards they put up all over the country misleading all of us. In their response they put out, them say, the information displayed on the billboards in question is factual and can be verified. You hear that, guys? The information is factual and can be verified. Well, if what Glenn Lal says is misleading, why not prove me wrong, Exxon, by showing us the facts rather than saying to the Guyanese people, it is factual and can be verified. Guys, this is what they have been doing all along with the PNC, the AFC, and the PPP. And now they want to brainwash me and you, the Guyanese people, with those billboards. The billboard says more than 280 billion for Guyana since 2019. Look, it's behind me. That is the money Guyana received 4 years now for the 14.5% of the apple, according to ExxonMobil calculations. The billboard ain't telling the Guyanese people, me and you, that the other 85.5% of the apple which they gone with within the last 4 years was just under 1,700 billion. No. Them figure, them gone with, is not on the billboard for us to see, me and you. Guyana gets 280 billion, and that dep on the billboard. We lose close to 1,700 billion worth of our oil to them, and that is not on the billboard. Guys, you want to hear this? Out of we 280 billion, we have to pay all the taxes for Exxon in Guyana. You call it a free pass. So, you see why I peel this apple? The skin what you're looking at here? Yes, what you're looking at here? Is what we, the Guyanese people, got to eat or settle for. While Exxon and their partners eating this, the flesh of the apple. Have a nice day, and more to come.
बता दे मुझे, बजा दे मुझे, मेरा ही मैं ना रहा, सब ढूंढ रहे, मैंने किया ऐसा क्या, हम फिर ना मिले, मैं खुद से ही क्यों लापता, हटा दे उसे, मिटा दे उसे, दुनिया बनी प्यार की, इल्जाम तले, तूने किया ऐसा क्या, हम फिर ना मिले, तूने कहा था मुझे ना छोड़ के जाना कभी, फिर क्यों पलटे, हो अलग पर बुरा तो नहीं, King. थोड़ी वफा मुझसे भी कर लेती, मान लेता पार खुदा के। न जाने सह गए कितने सितम, सोचा तुम हकदार वफा के। हम गलती से सीख गए, कभी करना ना भरोसा हुस्न वालों पे। वो खुल के बता दो क्या हिसाब करोगे, और इतना चुप रह के क्या बर्बाद करोगे। और अब जो ले ही चुके हो तुम सब हमारा, अब क्यों याद करोगे। इल्जाम लगे कि मैं बदल गया, क्यों बदल गया। कभी पूछ मेरी जान, आंसुओं से भरा समंदर था मेरा। तू तैर ना सकी, मैं डूब गया। तेरे जुल्मों को मैं आज भी couldn't give you couldn't give my undivided. It was never good enough. No excuses, never trying. And I left you all alone when I should have been beside you. Couldn't reach me on the phone. Now he's the one that answers. Now you wanna play me for a fool, and I know you left me for him. And now you wanna act like we cool, when I know you ain't interested. But every time you try to make up, when you know it's a losing game. Well, you got me begging for love, and I know you're no good for me. Winning all the बातें कीते क्यों, जे छड़ना सी मैनू, क्यों रखियां उम्मीदां मेरे तो। मैनू चक्कर च पाया तू, नी तू किसे पिछ कुड़ियां नहीं लग के। मैनू देखे इग्नोर न करना, वे नखरे न कर मेरे नाल तू। This girl is impossible, impossible for me to let you go. Girl, it's impossible, impossible. क्यों तोड़ी दसे यारी, क्यों गिरी गलतों, ये जिंदगी हमारी।
रब्बा ने तुझको बनाने में कर दी है हुस्न की खाली तिजोरियां। काजल की सियाही से लिखी है तूने जाने कितनों की लव स्टोरियां। केसरिया तेरा इश्क है पिया, रंग जाऊं जो मैं हाथ लगाऊं। दिन बीते सारा तेरी फिक्र में, रैन सारी तेरी खैर मनाऊं।
शिवा, ईशा का मतलब जानते हो तुम? पार्वती। अब शिवा का साथ पार्वती नहीं देगी तो कौन देगा?
पतझड़ के मौसम में भी रंगी चनारों जैसी झनके सन्नाटों में, तू वीणा के तारों जैसी। सदियों से भी लंबी ये मन की अमावस्या, और तू फुलझड़ियों वाले त्योहारों जैसी। चंदा भी दीवाना है तेरा, जलती है तुझसे सारी चकोरियां। काजल की सियाही से लिखी है तूने जाने कितनों की लव स्टोरियां। केसरिया तेरा इश्क है पिया, रंग जाऊं जो मैं हाथ लगाऊं। दिन बीते सारा तेरी फिक्र में, रैन सारी तेरी खैर बनाऊं।
तेरे बिना मेरा होगा ना गुजारा। मैं तेरी हूँ दीवानी, तू मेरा है दीवाना। आवारा एक बादल तेरी हवा में उड़ने लगी हूँ, तो जब से मिला है। कुंवारी मैं तो सोनी है, तू भी तो है कुंवारा। चढ़ती जवानी मेरी लुट ले नजारा, जो करूँ मैं तुझे तू समझ ले इशारा। इश्क में तेरे आए मैं तो मर गई।
कुंवारी है तो सोनी है ते मैं भी है चढ़दी जवानी हुणे लुट ले नजारा जे ना मैनू करती नहीं पुछना दोबारा फिर रोटियां पकाई नाले मेरे गाने गाई ना जा ना जा ना जा ना जा ना जा तेरा कसूर अंगना तो आई तू लगदी है हूर आज तेरा नखरा तेरा की कसूर मैनू नहीं पसंद तू करदी जरूर
ना जा ना जा ना जा ना जा ना जा नजरों से दूर अंबरा से आई मैं तो होके मजबूर आई हूँ पसंद मैं तुझे भी जरूर तेरी मेरी जोड़ी अब होगी मशहूर
मेरा पहला जुनून तू मेरा पहला जुनून इश्क आखिरी है तू
मेरी जिंदगी है तू मेरी जिंदगी है तू
गम है या खुशी है तू मेरी जिंदगी है तू मेरी जिंदगी है तू सोचा है ये कि तुम्हें रास्ता भुलाए सुनी जगह पे कोई छेड़े डराए सोचा है ये कि तुम्हें रास्ता भुलाए सुनी जगह पे कोई छेड़े डराए
अरे ना ना रे ना ना ये ना कहना अरे नशे में आना ना होश गंवाना ना मुझको सताना ना जाने तो मुझे अब
कह दूं तुम्हें या चुप रहूं दिल में मेरे आज क्या है जो बोलो तो जानू गुरु तुमको मानू चलो ये भी वादा है
आंखों ही आंखों में बातें हुई क्या बता बातों ही बातों में हो गई हूँ लापता आंखों ही आंखों में बातें हुई क्या बता बातों ही बातों में हो गई हूँ लापता
हारे हारे दिल में तेरे अब है रहना और कभी न कभी तो कहीं न कहीं पे होता नहीं है जो हुआ है अभी अभी
कह दूँ तुम्हें या चुप रहूं दिल में मेरी आज क्या है जो बोलो तो जानू गुरु तुमको मानू चलो ये भी वादा है
चांद जब आए प्यार हमको तरसाए ऐसा कोई साथी हो ऐसा कोई प्रेमी हो प्यास दिल की बुझा जाए नीले नीले अंबर पर चांद जब आए प्यार बरसाए हमको तरसाए
याद ना आए मुझे याद ना आए इतनी पिला दो कि वो याद ना आए कैसे भुलाए उसे कैसे भुलाए जिसने की वफाएं एक साथ दो जगहें बात राज की अब सामने आ गई यारा कहाँ गई सादगी वो चेहरा बड़ा था प्यारा गोरे रंग से जो काला जादू चलाए
ऐसी बेवफाओं से कोई तो बचाए, याद ना आए मुझे, याद ना आए, इतनी पिला दो के वो याद ना आए।
तेरे बिना ये बादल है, हो गए हैं पागल है, बिजलियां घेरे हैं। तुम पता नहीं अब किसके हो, रब ही जाने जिसके हो, पर हम तो तेरे हैं। कुछ कर तो मेरे लिए, मैंने तो तेरे लिए, मैंने तो अब तक यारा शादी न करवाई मैंने। ओ मैंने पायल है छनकाई, अब तो आजा तू हर जाए। मैंने पायल है छनकाई, अब तो आजा तू हर जाए। मेरी सांसों में तू है बसा सजना, आजा ना अब तड़पा, ओ सजना, आजा ना अब तड़पा। यही उम्र होती है प्यार की, यही तो होती रातें, करते करते मर ना जाए तस्वीर तेरी से बातें। यही उम्र होती है प्यार की, यही तो होती रातें, करते करते मर ना जाए तस्वीर तेरी से बातें। मुझे ये परसों आया सपना, फिर नींद ना आई, तितली थी कोई तूने तेरे होठों से लगाई। मैंने पायल है छनकाई, मैंने पायल है छनकाई, अब तो आजा तू हर जाए। मैंने पायल है छनकाई, अब तो आजा तू हर जाए। मेरी सांसों में तू है बसा सजना, आजा ना अब तड़पा, ओ सजना, आजा ना अब तड़पा।
नशे सी चढ़ गई ओए, कुड़ी नशे सी चढ़ गई, पतंग सी लड़ गई ओए, कुड़ी पतंग सी लड़ गई। नशे सी चढ़ गई ओए, कुड़ी नशे सी चढ़ गई, पतंग सी लड़ गई ओए, कुड़ी पतंग सी लड़ गई। ऐसे खेचे दिल के पेचे गले ही पड़ गई ओए, नशे सी चढ़ गई ओए, कुड़ी नशे सी चढ़ गई, पतंग सी लड़ गई ओए, कुड़ी पतंग सी लड़ गई। उड़ती पतंग जैसे मस्त मलंग, जैसे मस्त सी चढ़ गई हमको तुरंत, ऐसे लगती करंट, जैसे निकला वारंट, जैसे अभी अभी उतरा हो नेट से टोरेंट। जैसे नशे सी चढ़ गई ओए, कुड़ी नशे सी चढ़ गई, पतंग सी लड़ गई ओए, कुड़ी पतंग सी लड़ गई।
चल उड़ जा मेरे नाल, 'cause girl I got what you want, so fly with me. लग तेरा हिलदा खुरिये तू मेरी जान बन ले, girl you can be my queen, below tell me your name. Is it Priya, Becky, Aaliyah, Shelly? Girl, tell me, I won't forget it. I'll give you what you want and I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready for the
Ding daga dong, digga ding digga ding daga dong. Ding daga, the whole place burn up. Digga ding digga ding daga dong. Ding daga dong, digga ding digga ding daga dong. Ding daga dong, digga ding digga ding daga dong.
तुले याद मैनू गोल्डन झुमके, मैं कन्ना विच पावा चुम चुम के। तुले याद मैनू गोल्डन झुमके, मैं कन्ना विच पावा चुम चुम के। तुले याद मैनू गोल्डन झुमके, मैं कन्ना विच पावा चुम चुम आशिकों की गली में गजब हो गया दिन संग गुजरी रातें भी मेरा चैन खो गया चलो माना मुझे प्यार तगड़ा यार हो गया मैं चली देखो प्यार की गली मुझे रोके ना कोई मैं चली हाँ 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 मेरी जान मुझे जाना है वहाँ मेरा प्यार हो जहाँ वही मेरा जहाँ मैं चली कोई खेल तो रहे है प्यार मेरी जान देखा देखी दिल मेरा जुड़ गया रे लेकिन पर्दे से दिल उड़ गया रे आंखों से कनेक्शन जुड़ गया रे लेकिन पर्दे से दिल उड़ गया रे तेरी क्लोज आके तेरी सांसों में समाऊं राजा तेरी क्लोज आके तेरी सांसों में समाऊं तेरी नींद चुरा लूं बाजे रे मेरी बहनिया रे छम्मा छम्मा बाजे रे मेरी बहनिया छम्मा छम्मा बाजे रे मेरी बहनिया रे छम्मा छम्मा बाजे रे मेरी बहनिया
तेरी चम चम करती पजनिया देसी बीट पे हिलती कमरिया उस पर टिकी है मेरी नजरिया मैं हूँ प्यासा तू है दरिया तेरे गोल गोल कानों के झुमके एक बात बोलूं जाना मेरी सुन के 100 में से 100 मन दिए तेरे नखरे को आग लगाती जब हमारे
Well, hello there. 10 hours at 25 in Guyana, right across that Eastern Caribbean. This is the radio with a difference. Covering you from coast to coast. How you doing, everybody? We are just about... half an hour before we wrap up things on the show. Buddy Paul Grady, I missed you this morning, but this morning
I want to know what is going on with you this morning.
This morning was crazy. You know, I had the Grinch in the studio and he messed up everything, so I had to pick up after him. Yeah, you know the Grinch stole Christmas, right? So he stole some of our decorations. So I had to get it up and running. So it was a crazy morning.
Oh man.
Yeah. You Gucci?
I'm good.
I do apologize.
Did you have a look at the game yesterday?
I did. Congratulations to Argentina.
Yes.
And thank you so much for holding the fort for me this morning. That's what Buddy Pals are for. You know?
No worries, man. You know I got you.
I know you got me, boo-boo. And I got you too. So it's just about 20
What are we up to? We are 6 days away from Christmas o'clock.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
How is everything shaping up at your home?
Everything is good. I finally got my Christmas curtains yesterday. That's all I wanted, so everything is good to go.
Why you sound like Sati this year?
Well, you know, I sound like Sati. I was hoping for my barrel to come, but it didn't reach it. So I had to go buy my curtains. I've been laughing at Sati since last year, and I'm Sati number 2 this year. So what's poppin', man? What's going on with you? How's your weekend?
My weekend. I really don't know. It's like a 50-50 for me. And then I don't know what happened last night. Kind of very, very extremely strange because I was just sitting down when this happened. But my left arm, it feels as though, if there's like a ligament pulled or damaged or something, like, you can't move your hand or whatever.
Yeah.
And my left shoulder, it's like I can't move it, and it's like I don't know, it pains me very, very much. And I find this very strange because I was sitting down last night just working on some stuff. I wasn't really using my left arm to do anything, and then I tried to move and the entire arm is locked off, so kind of ruined my Sunday and also my Monday morning because I'm trying to figure out what happened. But otherwise than that, Buddy Pal, it was a quiet weekend. Lots of work on my end, but all else was good. How about yours?
Mine was good. Mine was quite peaceful. Yeah, I took a walk down Main Street on Saturday to see the Christmas Village. It was a bit wet, so I did not have a chance to browse through. I promised to maybe go back during the course of this week as we get closer and closer to Christmas. Yesterday, went outside in the heart of the city. It was chaos as chaos can be. So I only imagine as to what today is going to be. But if people are going out there, I just want to encourage them to play it safe. Remember, walk with that Christmas list, please. We want you to have a tight budget. All right? Know what you're getting because we don't want January come. And like Buddy Palm mentioned, you got to go off a tree right outside your window. We don't want you to be going through the hard guava season. So
that's right.
Yeah, Buddy Pal, it's around that time where we do a Christmas segment. Like you rightfully mentioned, we're 6 days. Oh my goodness gracious me. We're 6 days away from Christmas.
Yep.
Things just doesn't get better than this.
That's correct. That's right. We're seeing the positive side. And of course, it's literally the positive side because Christmas is right there. And this is the time that we look forward to. In as much as we may be, up to our heads with work or having to do other things that we're involved in. Some of us, are the churches or the community centers or the groups that the book clubs, all kinds of things. Everybody has their little gala and celebration and whatever. So, you're already up to your head with responsibilities for all of these things that you're involved in. And if you're going to UG, your old school got a party, you're invited to this thing, you sit on this board in this committee. So everybody got a little thing. So you're basically, this is the period where you're really, setting yourself thin. You're spread across everywhere because you're trying to get the cheer in everywhere. You're also trying to be there to everywhere you're being invited. But like we said, Buddy Pal, I just want to quickly remind everyone to be cognizant of your alcohol intake during this time. I've already seen a few people make a lot of mistakes. Because they said, I allowed myself to drink a little too much. I allowed myself, stop allowing yourself. Stop saying that, I work hard this whole year, so it's time for me. Me and even want to remember what last night was like. Oh no. Yeah. Be careful what you wish for. I understand that you're working hard and you want to treat yourself, but I just want to remind everyone, just in case you'll never explore this side of life, alcohol is not the only way that you can treat yourself. There are many other things that you can do for yourself, and many of you probably have never thought about it because you're not around the friends and company who do anything different, so you don't know that there's anything different. But you can book yourself a nice vacation in January, and you're gonna tell yourself, oh my god, is $100,000 gonna cost me? Sweetheart, you're drinking more than $100,000 at the end of December if you come to think about it. Make a check, make a count on how much money you're spending when you're going out to this club, this here. You're buying 2-3 bottles of rum and you carry it over to this place. You're buying cutters. You're doing this. It's the same thing. But like I said, everyone has different ways of enjoying their life. But I'm just saying that, whatever is not the only way. That's not the only way that something can be done. There are many other ways that we can enjoy ourselves. Do something with our family. Go to a resort or a place right in Guyana. Go explore somewhere. Go explore one of our, beautiful resorts or landmarks, the Kaieteur Falls. Do something different. Do something fun. It doesn't have to always be that because you work hard, alcohol is the only way you can treat yourself. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding like a Grinch if most people see that or hear that that's how
the Grinch is just here.
It's very difficult to change that alcohol culture. I'll be very honest with you. I see the struggles constantly in my neighbors, around my village, my family, my friends. I see that. I have a neighbor, and I'm going to be I know they're not listening, so it's okay for me to say it. I have a neighbor who every single day, I kid you not, anybody else who's my neighbor around can vouch and can attest to this. I have a neighbor who every single day they're drinking and they're fighting, and I'm not talking regular fighting. I'm talking next level fighting where the police has to come almost every day to this household. Do you know what is the common denominator? It's alcohol.
Alcohol.
Right? And I think it's because of this I've started to develop a real hatred for alcohol. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding like a Grinch to people who want to just enjoy their lives, but I've seen the effects and the outcome of alcohol when people go overboard. You're taking a drink here and there, whatever, that's fine, buddy pal. That's really fine.
Yeah.
But you know, when people don't know to control their limits, and then you know they get to a stage where they're just lying down around the place, they're just cussing up, carrying on, losing who they are, their sense of who they are as a person, doing wrong things, and the next day they're saying, oh well, I have forgot, I don't recall doing that. You know, come on guys, just be more responsible with your actions. And I'm just saying, my main point here for today is, I know you worked hard all year, but losing yourself and not knowing who you are and becoming unconscious and in a state where you can't control your limbs and you don't know what you're doing, that's not the way you reward yourself for all the hard work you've done this year.
All right.
Right? So just be cognizant and just drink within your limits. All right, that's all I want to say this morning, buddy pal.
All right, buddy pal. Shall we go to some great music?
Let me go to the music. We got a Christmas segment right now.
All right.
And then when we come back in, we've got a bit of our Bollywood hits list that we do for you every Monday, where we basically feature all of, you know, the hot and popping songs and things that you need to know about, and also our movie of the day. So stay tuned.
All right, let's go.
Mom, what makes you happy Christmas time?
You really want to know?
Yes.
Listen. It's amazing walking through the streets, cheerful faces, happy families, all around, curtains down, house packed away for the holidays. I won't have it any other way. GT Christmas isn't just a day, it's a season to be jolly and feel the love all in the air. Stores stocked up, it's shopping time. Toys on sale on the curbside. Put your shops lit countrywide. We wouldn't trade this kind of life. With all of this that brings delight, the best gift is you by my side. You're my number one, you're my only one, my love. No one can ever replace you, permanent in my heart, and I love you. You bring me joy on Christmas Day. No one could ever replace you, permanent in my heart, and I love you. You bring me joy on Christmas Day. It's the smell of fresh paint in the house, and new carpets are rolling out. Fairy lights glowing up, Christmas trees going up. Thanks to IH, gonna be sold out. Gotta get my shandy mountain, let's go.
Are we having the cookies in the tin?
Of course, everyone has that Christmas time. They got chestnuts roasting on the fire. We got pepper pots smelling up the house. Black cake, ginger beer, and sorrel. Can't wait till they send home the barrel. With all of this that brings delight, the best gift is you by my side. You're my number one, you're my only one, my love. No one can ever replace you, permanent in my heart, and I love you. You bring me joy on Christmas Day. No one could ever replace you, permanent in my heart, and I love you. You bring me joy on Christmas Day. No one could ever replace you, permanent in my heart, and I love you. You bring me joy on Christmas Day.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Yeah. I don't want It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. I don't wanna miss out on the holiday, but I can't stop staring at your face. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. With you, shawty, with you, with you, shawty, with you, with you, under the mistletoe. Everyone's gathering around the fire, chestnuts roasting like a hot July. I should be chilling with my folks, I know, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. Word on the street, Santa's coming tonight. Reindeer's flying through the sky so high. I should be making a list, I know, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. Shawty with you, shawty with you, under the mistletoe. With you, shawty with you, with you, shawty with you, under the mistletoe. Yeah, the wise men follow the star, the way I followed my heart, and it led me to a miracle. Hey, love, don't you buy me nothing, don't you buy me nothing. I am feeling one thing, your lips on my lips. That's a merry, merry Christmas. It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spend so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. I don't wanna miss out on the holiday, but I can't stop staring at your face. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. Yeah. Shawty with you, shawty with you, under the mistletoe. Yeah. Shawty with you, oh yeah, under the mistletoe, under the mistletoe. Kiss me underneath the mistletoe. Baby, that you love me so. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 yeah. Kiss me underneath the mistletoe. Kiss me under the mistletoe. Show me, baby, that you love me so. Oh, oh, oh.
It come, they told me, a newborn king to see, our finest gifts we bring, to lay before the king, when we come. Oh, 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 oh. So to honor him. Oh. Hey, little baby, I am a poor boy too, I have no gift to bring, that's fit to give the king, on my drum. Oh, 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 on my drum. Yeah, very nodded, the excellent kept time, I play my drum for him, I play my best for him,
Rappa-pom-pom. I didn't realize it's all that time. Buddy Paul McGrady. Buddy Paul McGrady.
Yes, buddy pal.
I really got to make today up to you.
You really have to.
And please forgive me. But, you know,
That's okay.
it is a season where you got to get on your feet, your hands, your mouth, and your nose.
That's right.
Yep. We're super excited. I'll give you a nice a nice news in your WhatsApp in just a bit.
All right.
Yeah. So what do you want to say to the people? We gotta go, sadly.
I just want to tell everyone to have a great day. It's 6 days away from Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're not counting today, that makes it 5.
Yes.
Just keep that in mind as you make your Christmas prep. Stay with us right here on Kaieteur Radio on behalf of the trio here at SKP. We hope that you have a great start to your Monday and week as well. Join us tomorrow for our Tuesday edition of Subaki Pyar.
All right. Well, buddy pal, you have a good one.
You too, dear.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take care.
On my drum, yeah, very night, the accent kept time for I play my drum for him for I play my best for him for me and my drum. Oh, yeah, Whoa, whoa. Me and my drum. Yeah, man. Sean Kingston. Wishing everybody a big happy holidays. Hey!
People making lists, buying special gifts, taking time to be kind to one and all. It's that time of year when good friends are dear, and you wish you could give more than just presents from a store. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Oh, even the man who has everything would be so happy if you would bring him love on Christmas Day. No greater gift is there than love. People you don't know, smiling not hello. Everywhere there's an air of Christmas joy. It's that once a year when the world sincere, and you'd like to find a way to show the things that words can say. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Oh, the man on the street and the couple upstairs all need to know there's someone who cares. Give love on Christmas Day. No greater gift is there than love. What the world needs is love. Yes, the world needs your love. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Oh, every little child on Santa's knee has room for your love underneath his tree. Give love on Christmas Day.
It was almost Christmas time, and there I stood in another line, trying to buy that last gift or two. Not really in the Christmas mood. Standing right in front of me was a little boy waiting anxiously, pacing round like little boys do, and in his hands he held a pair of shoes. And his clothes were worn and old. He was dirty from head to toe. And when it came his time to pay, I couldn't believe what I heard him say.
Sir, I wanna buy these shoes for my mama, please. It's Christmas Eve and these shoes are just her size. Could you hurry, sir? Daddy says there's not much time. You see, she's been sick for quite a while, and I know these shoes will make her smile, and I want her to look beautiful if Mama meets Jesus tonight. They counted pennies for what seemed like years, and the cashier said, son, there's not enough here. He searched his pockets frantically. Then he turned and he looked at me. He said, Mama made Christmas good at our house, though most years she just did without. Tell me, sir, what am I gonna do? Somehow I've gotta buy her these Christmas shoes. So I laid the money down. I just had to help him out. And I'll never forget the look on his face when he said, Mama's gonna look so great. Sir, I wanna buy these shoes for my mama, please. It's Christmas Eve and these shoes are just her size. Could you hurry, sir? Daddy says there's not much time. You see, she's been sick for quite a while, and I know these shoes will make her smile, and I want her to look beautiful if Mama meets Jesus tonight. I knew I caught a glimpse of heaven's love as he thanked me and ran out. I knew that God had sent that little boy to remind me what Christmas is all about.
Sir, I wanna buy these shoes for my mama, please. It's Christmas Eve and these shoes are just her size.
Could you hurry, sir? Daddy says there's not much time. You see, she's been sick for quite a while, and I know these shoes will make her smile, and I want her to look beautiful if Mama meets Jesus tonight.
I want her to look beautiful if Mama meets Jesus tonight. All the decorations and the lights up on the tree, just in celebration for my friends and family. Christmas time is all about the ones that you hold dear, and waiting for the moment when Santa Claus is here.
Ho, 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 ho!
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing the bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle in the jingling feet. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell rock.
faces. I'm driving home for Christmas, yeah. Well, I'm moving down that line, and it's been so long, but I will be there.
With your news at this time, I'm Kevin Smith. On Friday, High Court Judge Nareshwar Harnanan ruled that Guyana's Environmental Protection Agency breached the law to issue a permit to Schlumberger Guyana Inc. to construct a radioactive storage facility at Lot 1, Area X, Houston, East Bank, Demerara, without conducting an environmental impact assessment first. On February 14, 2022, 3 environmental activists and residents who live nearby the facility, Vanda Radzik, Danuta Radzik, and Rafael Singh, filed a lawsuit at the Demerara High Court against the EPA, the Environmental Assessment Board, and Schlumberger. And also happening, Glenn tells Vice President Jadio monitor Exxon's expenses and come clean on Guyana's real profit from Stabroek Block. Oil money has made the government power drunk, protecting oil company while creating second-class citizens. According to the former EPA boss, PNCR Mervyn Williams and Don Hastings Williams tipped to be party's general secretary. Heavy winds destroy several homes in Berbice and contracts signed for construction of 10 houses in Smith Creek, Region 1. And that's the news at the moment. Thank you for listening.
Kaieteur Radio, keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Prospero año y felicidad. Ho ho! Song good there, Josh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Namaste, Josh.
Namaste.
But tonight I want a Christmas gift from all of you, including you, Josh.
No problem.
And I'll tell you what I want at the end of this program. How does that sound?
No problem. Good.
All right, thank you. I tell you guys, including you, Josh, never lose hope. We will win.
Indeed.
It's only time we will win. Today, Uncle and Auntie, the Guyanese people, got a victory with the help of 3 superb citizens of this country. They challenged the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, in court for granting a permit. You will have to listen to the end of my program for the details, the victory. So let's get kicking. The profit share, they're not clear on. The royalties, they're also not clear on. As for the expenses and the costs, that's sailing down the Essequibo, Berbice, and Demerara rivers. The interest rate, we don't know. And while we're in the dark tunnel and hungry this Christmas, ExxonMobil and others sailing away in the Atlantic Ocean with our oil. With that I say namaste. Namaste, Joshua.
Namaste.
This is my final program, Uncle and Auntie, for 2022. So, I hope you guys would relax with me and enjoy tonight's program. Throughout the year, 3 times a week, I have been pouring out my heart, my guts, and my soul, trying to bring the truth to all of you. Though I have said so much, there was a whole world of issues, information, details, skullduggeries that I just couldn't bring to your attention, and I am deeply sorry about that. I wish myself and the staff of the Kaieteur News could have done much, much more. But hey, it's God's will. Yeah, He let us to do what we did throughout the year. And that's all we did. Tonight, this being the final program for 2022, it breaks my heart to tell you that the government headed by President Ali and the opposition headed by Aubrey Norton and Kemad Ramjatan have failed all of us. Failed all of us in eking out a better life from these great resources our Creator has blessed us with. Sad. Sad indeed that we have reached to this point after many years and throughout 2022 of constant disclosures, non-stop effort to correct the mistakes, close the loopholes, address the weaknesses, and manage this US $1 trillion oil sector in a better way. All has fallen on deaf ears. Tonight, you will hear 6 years after finding oil, the politicians can't tell us exactly what Guyana is getting out of our oil. But they can cock them foot on their sofa enjoying the fruits of life while your children drinking black tea in the richest and fastest growing economy on earth. Yep. I want to highlight some of the most horrible things we all should be worried about. Vice President Jagdeo, when asked if the royalties are being recovered, told us at a press conference that he doesn't want to put his mouth into something that he may have to walk back on. And further said, the lawyers will have to look at that, meaning he didn't know. Couldn't say definitively whether ExxonMobil was thieving back that unbelievable 2% royalty Guyana was getting. He couldn't tell us. Something as important as that, Joshua, Jagdeo couldn't tell us. What even a dead plucked chicken in the oven would know? Jagdeo telling Guyana he has to ask lawyers and don't want to say anything that he has to walk back on. Hear that, Josh? The second press conference, without being asked, he addressed the issue, and I am still to comprehend exactly what he told Guyana about that 2% royalty, whether it is being taken back or not. We don't have time tonight to play those tapes. Again, for you people, it's Christmas. And I want you guys to have a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Then, on the profit share, he told Guyana on my radio program, Guyana is getting 50, 52, 59, whatever you define it as. So there you go. The only two things the Guyanese people depends on to put milk in their children's tea, some food on the table, buy some eggs to make a Christmas cake. Out of this massive oil, the man who was put in charge of this most important sector seems not to give a damn to give us any answers. Please listen to this new answer on the old question about how much Guyana really getting on the profit share from our oil. Exxon posting up billboards all across this country with misleading information. And he was asked to comment on the billboards and what exactly Guyana is getting. This is what he gave Guyana for Christmas as an answer. You would hear, listen to him carefully, uncle. You would hear how his voice changes. Could you please play that tape?
Another quick one. Exxon has embarked on the billboard campaign. Some have even called it a brainwashing
I
campaign.
didn't see any of the billboards. Where are the billboards? I saw it in the paper, but where is it?
It's across the river, and they're claiming that.
I go from my place to here. They don't none along the East Coast. So say I've not seen any of the billboards. When I see, I'll give you a comment.
But they're claiming that we're getting 52%.
No,
Guyana's
well,
share of
no.
52%. So can you give us? Can you shed some?
No. The
some
thing
clarity?
is that I saw how they're claiming the 50% from profit oil and then 52. That might not be the most egregious thing because it is accurate that 52%. That if you look at how it's calculated, so it's 50%.
But that's
of the
only
profit.
after our 75 is deducted towards the cost of expenses.
Yeah, yes.
So how then is that accurate? I'm not sure I
but
get
if you see, I did not want it. If you look at the life cycle, normally you look at the life cycle of the project. It can be done simply. So that if you look at the life cycle, at 50, we had the simulations done of $50, $60, and $100. Right? So this is here, if it's $100, it works out to about 50%. If it's $50 over the life cycle of the project, it's close to 50 something percent, 56%.
Okay.
Life cycle of the project. That is why I didn't want to get complex, because what do you have to look at? Number of years of production, how many barrels are produced, multiply that by the price per barrel at the $50, then calculate how much government take will be.
So you don't think it's misleading?
No, I don't think that is misleading. There may be other things that I'm not agree with, right? So, but I don't think that's misleading.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
You hear his tone of voice, how when that question was posed to him? Total bullies, he said there. Complete nonsense, Jack Dave said, give an answer to there just now. Joshua, uncle and auntie, he ended his answer to my reporter question by saying he don't think it is misleading. Those billboards appeared on the Kaieteur News front page on 3 consecutive days with the misleading information, and he telling us in this Christmas season, Joshua, that he got to go see it for himself to determine if the information is correct or not. You believe this thing? Huh? ExxonMobil responded to me, Glenn Lal, about the misleading information on the billboard. Sorry, they did not respond to me on the information on the billboards. You understand? They have to respond to me, but never address that. Never address the information. The only thing they addressed was that no oil money will come out from the cost for the billboards. That's all they respond. And Jack Dave is saying that is correct. Exxon didn't say whether the information Glenn says wrong, but he said correct. That was ExxonMobil Christmas gift to Guyana. They're not taking out the billboard costs from we profit. All this going on, uncle and auntie, and Jack Dave unconscious. It's like he's in a coma where this oil is concerned. You know, uncle, this reminds me of a neighbor hanging his dirty underwear in my front yard, in front of my face, and me telling me family I ain't seeing it. Yes. This can never be real what is happening in this country. This can never be real in the fastest growing economy on earth. Me and my staff dealing with this issue round the clock, uncle, 24/7. And we can't believe that this is actually happening in this wealthiest country on earth per capita. You know that? When we discuss our meeting, we just can't understand what's happening in this land. My reporter asked him a simple question. What really is the total take Guyana is receiving from this oil? And the answer Jagdeo gave, he agrees with Exxon 52% in one breath, and in the next breath he disagrees. You mean to God Almighty, the ex-president of Guyana, now the vice president put in charge of the oil, cannot say definitively what is the total percentage we getting out of we oil, man? And to this day, huh? Hey, brother, are you for real, sister? You want me to play him back, man? Huh? As a Christmas gift for all of you to listen? Play it back, please. Play it back.
Another quick one. Exxon has embarked on a billboard campaign. Some have even called it a brainwashing campaign.
I didn't see any of the billboards. Where are the billboards? I saw it in the paper, but where is it?
It's across the river, and they're claiming that
I go from my place to here. They don't none along the East Coast. So say I've not seen any of the billboards. When I see, I'll give you a comment.
But they're claiming that we're getting 52%.
No,
Guyana's
well,
share of
no.
52%. So can you give us? Can you shed some?
No. The thing is that I saw how they're claiming the 50% from profit oil and then 52. That might not be the most egregious thing, because it is accurate that 52%. That if you look at how it's calculated, so it's 50%.
But that's only after our 75 is deducted towards the cost of expenses.
Yeah, yes.
So how then is that accurate? I'm not sure I get
it. If you see, I did not want it. If you look at the life cycle, normally you look at the life cycle of the project. It can be done simply. So if you look at the life cycle, at 50, we had the simulations done of $50, $60, and $100. Right? So this is here, if it's $100, it works out to about 49-50%. If it's $50 over the life cycle of the project, it's close to 50 something percent, 56%.
Okay.
Life cycle of the project. That is why I didn't want to get complex, because what do you have to look at? Number of years of production, how many barrels are produced, multiply that by the price per barrel at the $50, then calculate how much government take will be.
So you don't think it's misleading?
No, I don't think that is misleading. There may be other things that I'm not agree with, right? So, but I don't think that's misleading.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Joshua.
Yes, sir.
Joshua is a set of nonsense madness that man spoke there.
Nonsense is decent to say.
You see what game this man playing here? Twisting and turning like a snake on a simple, straightforward question my reporter asked him. The billboard said we are getting 52%. Could you shed some facts? He went on to tell the girl, the thing is that I saw how they are claiming the 52% from profit oil. That might not be the most egregious thing, because it is accurate. That 52%, that if you look at it, how it is being calculated. Gosh, my gosh. When I listen to this thing, it confuses my soul as a human being, much and a businessman, much less an ordinary vendor in this country. This is not accidental what is happening here, my brother. This is part of a scheme going on. The sellout of this country's wealth, our resources, Uncle and Auntie. How on God's earth Bharat Jagdev can tell this country what amount of money we have to get on a daily basis when the contracts spell it out clear? The contract says 2% royalty and 50% after 75% of the total revenues taken out as oil expenses, Uncle. How come this vice president can't tell us precisely and with authority what is Guyana's total take in this oil business we have? How come? Huh? If a leader can't tell us exactly how much money you must get as a country, as you share, Uncle and Auntie, then what else this man can tell us? You tell me, man. I am begging you guys, tell me. Give me an answer. If you don't know the exact amount of money you getting from you coconut farm, or you rice field, or you mango farm, Uncle, then what business you really running? It's better you tell the people to come and take the thing and go along the way. Not that true, man? Oh. Jagdev going round and round in circles. Round and round like a belly dancer to spin we head, making us a set of fools with those clongish words that came out his mouth. You know why he dancing like that, Uncle? ExxonMobil is recovering that royalties paid to Guyana. And that 50% profit share they said on pen and paper, we are not receiving it. So the billboards is totally false, incorrect. And Jagdev, of all persons, with all his financial gurus at his side, Ashni Singh and the others, know that Guyana is getting shafted. This is why he cannot come out clear and tell this nation. Well, listen, Guyana. Listen. This is what you're getting out of your oil. Let me tell you guys this. This is a question that has been on my mind quite a while now. And this question will meet them in their faces every time I see them. Until we have the right answer, trust me, I'll be asking them. As of now, I can be definitive to tell all of Guyana, all of you, Uncle, that 52% they say Guyana is getting is false. It's misleading. It's inaccurate. It's deceptive. No matter how many billboards they put up in this country and how much Jagdev dance on his head, the bottom line, Guyana is not receiving 52% as set out in the ExxonMobil contract. And that I can prove beyond the shadow of a doubt. But I will not do it as yet. That is not my place to tell Guyana. The rightful people, President Ali, Vice President Jagdev, Norton and Ramjatan, them have to tell you that. However, if them want to continue ducking and dancing and playing games, then Glenlal will show you how we are being taken for a ride on a donkey in the open fields. This oil find, Uncle and Auntie, has made Guyana the richest country per citizen in the world. It has also made Guyana into the fastest growing economy on planet Earth with the biggest GDP. Guyana is now the talk in the whole world. Even the animals and birds singing the Guyana song all over the world, man. Yes. But when it comes to our politicians, you believe that some cat carry the tongue. You can laugh. You can laugh, Auntie. It's the Christmas season. You can laugh. Look at the Christmas the citizens of the fastest growing economy is having. Can't go in the market to buy tomato and potato, plantain or cassava for make a metaji on Christmas Day. Can't go in the beef stall and buy bread, or in the bread shop to buy bread for make pepper pot for Christmas morning. Could you believe this thing, man? The world should hear this. The fastest growing economy, and this three-quarter of the citizen can buy beef and bread for make pepper pot Christmas morning. This may sound out of context with my story tonight, Uncle, but I have to mention it. Yesterday, the Georgetown mayor and an opposition MP was charged and placed before the courts. Out of nowhere, a large protest erupted, which I had no problem with. I fully support all those people who rallied with the mayor and the MP. That's their right in a free and democratic society. But I said to my staff and a few friends, my God, if Glenlal can have that group of people on the streets for what the leader is allowing ExxonMobil to do to Guyana, oh gosh, trust me on this one. None of the vendors, trust me, none of the vendors across this country, including the ones that supported the mayor, would have to sell in the streets of Georgetown to make $1 for their children if they only had joined Glenlal in this fight. All of them, and the entire Guyanese populace can live a life overnight that we so rightly deserve from that massive oil wealth discovered in Guyana. But they choose to protest over the mayor and the MP charge, rather than taking to the streets to protest for their God-given riches, their rightful share of their oil wealth. Joshua?
Yes, sir.
Auntie? Unbelievable, eh?
Like they don't know what to protest for, guys. They got to protest for their family.
Oh, it's so sad what's happening in this land. I feel like singing the Christmas song again. Should I? Uncle and Auntie, and to all those protesters, please wrap your heads around this massive gift that God Almighty blessed us with. And let's fight for it. It's ours. And it also belongs to our future children and grandchildren. Why are we allowing the foreigners to so barefacedly steal our inheritance and not protesting over that, man? Huh? You see why I'm taking a break for the Christmas holidays? I need to clear my head and recharge my batteries and have a little fun with my family and friends. I have to. This girl, Oprah Winfrey, came from nothing and nowhere, but has become a huge voice in the world today that I love to listen whenever I flick that television channel and she's on. I love to listen to her. She has a message for you. Give them, Joshua.
You are responsible for your life. And if you're sitting around waiting on somebody to save you, to fix you, to even help you, you are wasting your time, because only you have the power to take responsibility to move your life forward.
Oh, you have to take charge of your life, Oprah says just now. Nobody is going to do anything for you. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Oprah Winfrey didn't have to tell Glenn Lal that, uncle. I have been preaching that same message from the beginning of this program. Get up and get. Get up and join the protests. Fight for your share. Jagdev and the rest of the politicians, them, ain't going to do nothing for you. You got to do for yourself. Them doing for themselves and their families. You got to do for yourself and your family. If not, cat gonna eat you plus your family. And it don't start happening. Exxon and the politicians eating of your cake plus them eating of your bake. Let me show you how they're eating of your cake. Not only the Christmas cake. They're eating your wedding cake plus your birthday cake and every other cake you have that nobody touching or eating. Oprah Winfrey didn't go from nothing to reach the $1 billion bracket depending on other people, uncle. No. She got on her feet and did what she had to do. When you coming off your chair onto your feet to do something to become wealthy like Oprah. Huh? We already are billionaires with that kind of wealth for every citizen in this country out there. Money like sand on our land. Money like drizzle in the ocean out there. And all of you finding time to protest with the mayor, to sell on the streets to make a few dollars, but not protesting for the billions of US dollars staring you in your face, in which all the foreigners fetching away. Oh, what a Christmas. Merry Christmas, brother. I give you guys a heads up on the royalties and the profit sharing as set out in the contract. Now let's get to the real meat, the real beef, chicken, mutton, goat and prawns, whiskey and champagne, Mercedes-Benz and sophisticated mansions. Yes, that belongs to you, but you can't get it. Yes, you can't get it because of the expenses the oil company is throwing at us. Yes. Let's get to that, the expenses. The money being spent out there, uncle, which we oil got to pay for before we get profit. Yes. I asked Jagdeo, who is monitoring and authorizing these expenses or bills? And the story this man told me at his press conference last Friday, silently in my mind, I was saying, God, please help the Guyanese people. They're in more trouble than they can ever dream of being in. With Bharat Jagdev at the helm of this oil sector. Who does not want to be part of or have a say in a business in which them got to get half of the profit? You guys know of anybody, huh? Even if you and a man mining 1,000 chicken for split profit half and half, wait man, you don't have to know the price your partner paying for the chicken feed. You no got to know the price the man paying for bring the chicken feed to the pen. You don't have to know how much he paying the workers for clean the pen every day. Or you can just accept the bills what he tell you he spend. Huh? You know any business run like that? You know any partner business run like that, uncle? Or even if you don't get to ask him up front how much the feed gonna cost. Man, when the feed come, you're not gonna question the bill right away, brother? So let me ask this simple question. If you not do none out of them three things I said, what are you opening yourself up to with a partner? Not rape you and take your clothes off, man? Huh? Especially if you're dealing with a known gangster. Uncle and auntie. That is how Jagdeo running VIL sector out there. Not checking them projects worth billions of US dollars. Not approving any of the US $1 million contracts ExxonMobil giving out. Just allowing Exxon to deduct whatever they have to deduct and give Guyana whatever they feel like giving Guyana. That is the 50-50 partnership Guyana got with Exxon out there, according to Jagdeo. That is why he couldn't be, and he can't say definitively what percentage, what total take Guyana carrying home. I'll play him just now for you to hear. Everybody I talk to tells me, Glenn, every time I listen to your program, I get a headache. I can understand that, guys. Glenn Lal used to get instant headache every day in the newsroom discussing these type of issues. Yes, the type of insanity that goes on as good governance in this country. But not anymore. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Father above, He has now blessed me with much strength to not be bothered too much. Even if Jagdeo say a baby can fly a plane or the moon will change course, it will now raise in the west, in the east, and set in the west. Even if he tell me that, it wouldn't offend me or break my spirit. It wouldn't bother me anymore, uncle. Nothing the politicians do and say can trouble me anymore. Matter of fact, that is what sent me to the hospital last year, November, with a mini stroke. And I have overcome it so far, 95%. How can the leaders of a country don't check, don't approve spendings by gangsters operating a business in your country in which they have to share half and half profit of a businessman? Huh? This is unheard of in my entire lifetime as a businessman. This should have bring out every dog and cat into the streets to tell these politicians, stop messing around with our future and that of our livelihood. Man, not even a cake shop or a market vendor would allow something like that to carry on. Now I will play him. Hear what he said after I asked him who is monitoring the expenses on behalf of all of us and all the Guyanese populace. Could you please play his tape? We are in a 50-50 business. And you just talk about that profit, how it's being shared. Who's monitoring these expenses? Who is monitoring these expenses on behalf of all of us here, the entire Guyanese population?
We're a 50-50 business, not from a management perspective. So CNOOC, let me just, so you have a different view. So CNOOC is an investor. The Hess is an investor. Exxon is an investor. The three of them own the consortium. So then they hire an operator, which is the management firm. So even CNOC, who has 25% shares and has 35% shares, they don't make management decisions. They don't make management decisions. And they own the 100% of this venture. They own 100% of it.
Is Guyana a 50%?
We get 50% of the profit, but we're not 50% of the owners of the company. The companies own 100% by these three entities that I just explained. We get 50% of the profit. So
we only get 50% profit of something.
All right. Okay. Yeah, but you got my answer there, right? Yeah.
Man, this is insanity to the highest. That answer is insanity to the highest coming from the mouth of an ex-president and now vice president. Uncle, me ask the man who monitor the expenses in which Guyana, the owner of the oil, have to get 50% profits after this oil sell, and the expenses are taken out. Now me ask the man. Now, Guyana don't want to hear who them hire and who own 100% of the company out there. All Guyana want to know is about who monitoring the bills and expenses so that we can get our rightful share, Jack Dale. What is so difficult about that? What this man can't understand there? This man went on to tell us a whole rigmarole story about how Jim Cock make ram goat. What is going on in this country? Can somebody help me? Father above, are you hearing me? Please help us.
Help us, yeah, Father. Help us.
A matter of fact, Uncle, that company, Jack Dale say Exxon hire for manage the oil operations out there. Guyana should know how much money Exxon is paying them to. Because that is an expense that has to come out before we get our 50% profit. And we have a right to know that. Yes. The three companies and the people who them hire to manage the oil out there is none of our business, Uncle. All we want to hear from Jack Dale is who monitoring the costs, the investments, the expenses, so that we can get our rightful 50% share and not being raped and robbed. What is so difficult, brother? The contract says we are to get 50% profit out of the entire business every day. And we have a right to know the entire cost of operating the business out there. That is how a business does run, Jack Dale. We are not just a partner that will sit down like a donkey and accept whatever is thrown at us. No, sir. That's not how business runs in this world today. Can men behave like that? Business don't run like that. Each partner must have a say in every cent spent and earned. That's how a business runs. Can I ask, where is the private sector commission? The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry? Can I ask, where is the business community out there as to what this man is telling Guyana? Please. Auntie, you want to hear who your neighbor hire for manage and run he half of the business? That shouldn't be a cost in the books. That is a cost. He got to pay that out of his 50% profit. Not true, man? Joshua?
Yes, of course.
So Jagdev telling us them hire a company for manage and run the oil operation out there has nothing to do with us. Nothing, completely nothing. But he finds something to say. You know that? He finds something to say because this is why he's not allowing Guyana to see how Exxon is taking out the 75% before they share profit. You hear me? Yes, he's not allowing Guyana to see how Exxon is taking out that 75% before they share profit. This is where the biggest shaft taking place on Guyana, uncle and auntie. Taking out 75% of every barrel as expenses. Jagdev telling us we don't own anything out there. That the people own 100% out there. We own oil. Mr. Jagdev. we own oil, Mr. Jagdev. I think you're right to say that they brought in their equipment. Yes, you were right when they say they brought in their own equipment. But who's paying the loans they took to buy those same equipment? Guyana. Guyana oil, uncle and auntie. So how dare Jagdev say Guyana ain't own nothing out there? Huh? You don't see this man sick? You don't see this man need medication on how to run business or how to run a country, man? Huh? This is not even a sellout, uncle. This is worse than what the African leaders did to Africa. And something got to be done with this thing. And something got to be done quickly, uncle and auntie. I know it's Christmas, but something got to be done quickly. Since when you and a neighbor sharing profit in a business half and half, and one party doesn't know anything, man, doesn't ask anything, or doesn't care to know anything? Huh? Man, play back the thing, let people hear it, man. We are in a 50-50 business. And you just talk about that profit, how it's being shared. Who's monitoring these expenses? Who is monitoring these expenses on behalf of all of us here, the entire Guyanese population?
We're a 50-50 business, not from a management perspective. So CNOOC, let me just, so you have a different view. So CNOOC is an investor. The Hess is an investor. Exxon is an investor. The three of them own the consortium. So then they hire an operator, which is the management firm. So even CNOOC, who has 25% shares and has 35% shares, they don't make management decisions. They don't make management decisions. And they own the 100% of this venture. They own 100% of it.
Is Guyana a 50%?
We get 50% of the profit. But we're not 50% of the owners of the company. With the companies own 100% by these three entities that I just explained. We get 50% of the profit. So it's...
We only get 50% profit of something.
All right. Okay. Yeah, but you got my answer there, right? Yeah.
I tell him you only get 50%. You can only get 50% profit if you own something. You know? We own the oil, man. We own the loans. We were paying the debts. We get 50% of the profit From where and out of what? That's the key question he should have answered with an explanation. But he didn't. He brushed it aside. You know, Josh, I think he was ashamed to tell us. ExxonMobil taking out 75% every day of the total sale as expenses, and the 25% will remain is boss half and half. Guyana gets 12.5, and ExxonMobil gets 12.5. So Exxon walking away with 87.5% in profit and expenses, while Guyana gets 12.5% of the oil every day. You hear that? And then them call that half and half profit. You business partner walking away with 87% of every barrel of oil, and you getting 12.5%, and that is what they call half and half. And Jagdev telling Guyana we must not concern ourselves with the 75% they're taking out every day as expenses. Could you believe this thing, man? Eh? This is good going in this land, bro. This is perfect going, man. Man, Joshua, when I think about this thing, brother, I don't think there's any country on earth, even the African countries with the most corrupted leaders on earth, would allow this type of arrangement to go along in their oil sector. This is my Christmas challenge, Uncle and Auntie, to Jagdev, Ali, Norton, and Ramjatan, plus ExxonMobil. Show Guyana one oil contract on this living earth that has such a deal, such insanity, where that country gets 12.5% profit share after 75% is taken out as expenses. No taxes and no ring fencing provision with a stinking 2% royalty. Anytime you can show me that, I will give each one of you $1 million tomorrow morning. This I swear to God Almighty. All 5 or 4 of you, I will give $1 million Guyana. I swear to this nation and on God that I'll pay you guys. Show me one. Show this country one. Uncle, let me give all of you your Christmas gift before I go. Before I go. You're going to love this one. ExxonMobil already invested in excess of $50 billion out there, in which our oil is paying interest on. This is your Christmas gift. Let's put an interest rate using the international bank to which they apply to loans at 10%. At 10%. Hear me loud and clear. Guyana Oil is paying $5 billion interest alone every year. You hear that, brother? If we use 10%, the international loan arrangement, 50 billion is $5 billion interest alone. How much Guyana received from its oil? In 2022, just over $1 billion. You hear me, man? Just over $1 billion. $5 billion coming out from we oil every year to pay interest only on the loans that Exxon took. And we get just over $1 billion in 2022. You hear me, brother? If it's 8%, is $4 billion they gone with. If it's 6%, it's $3 billion in interest alone. And nobody give you money for 6% in the world today. None. None. Are you doing a beautiful job in this country, man? $5 billion in interest alone. And you getting less than one as a 50-50 partnership. And when President Ali was asking Borbis what interest rate Guyana is paying, yes, paying on the investment out there, he told the man, oh, you're listening to the Glenn Lal show. We have the answers. We have all the answers for him. To this day, going on over a year, 5 billion US coming out every year. And that answer, that's one single answer, is still to come out from President Ali mouth or Jagdir's mouth or any one of the opposition mouth. That aisle out there is you and uncle. Auntie, that aisle out there is yours. You see why you got to take a break, brother? You really see why Glenn Lal have to take a break? Our lead story tomorrow, Kaieteur News, uncle. You gotta leave. Man, you got to sleep with this one. I'm sorry I gotta be so harsh with you people tonight, knowing it's Christmas. It's the Christmas holidays. Oil companies could take Guyana for a ride with uncapped interest rate for the Stabroek Block loans. Let me repeat that, man. Oil companies could take Guyana for a ride with uncapped interest rate for the Stabroek Block loans. Those words came not from any Guyanese or from Glenn Lal's mouth, uncle and auntie. Those words came out of the mouths from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, the people who just lend poor countries money to feed them children. Yes, them begging Guyana, them begging President Ali to please put a cap on the interest rate so that the oil companies do not turn we wrong or turn we over and do what they have to do with us. That's what the people begging us. Isn't that a good Christmas gift y'all get, uncle? It is for me. It is for me. Tech stack of the interest rate you're paying, the people saying. Guyana paying more than $5 billion a year at a 10% interest rate alone from our oil. And we just get over $1 billion. You hear that, brother? This is why they can't answer these questions. That is one of the questions I was supposed to ask him at the press conference Friday. I went with 25 questions. And he always doing this. When I asked two, he said, allow other people to come back to me. And never come back to me. He wants no business with me. Me asking him the right questions. He prefer to go to the Chronicle, the Guyana Times, and Critic, who's not a media. And take questions from them and spend the whole hour behind them. But my reporters and myself, he dodging, running, ducking, and hiding. Let me give you all another Christmas gift. One is not enough. You know, some people don't like one gift. You like more than one gift. Not true, man? Yeah. Joshua? You looking for 10, Joshua? The Ali government took 160 million US loan from the IDB. Yes, the International American Development Bank. Then they draw down 97 out of it to be used to upgrade and modernize the health sector, the hospitals and so on. Guess what President Ali and his government told the IDB, uncle? You want to hear? You really want to hear? Not to disclose all the information for the 97 million US. You hear that, brother? The document is on the screen for those of you who can see it. Yes. That's another story that the Kaieteur News will carry Sunday coming. You hear that? The man instructing the bank while lend with the money not to disclose what them going to do with the money. 97 million US. And they can't give salary increase. That's almost 20 salary increase. You hear me? Overnight. They must tell the people for hide the information. Come on, man. Come on. What else more you need to hear in this country? Let me try to summarize what I said there, up there and everything. The 2% royalty, Jagdeo still can't say if it is being huffed back by the right hand when it was given to us by the left hand. Jagdeo cannot say exactly what is the exact amount Guyana is set to receive out of this oil deal. As for the cost and the expenses, then I told you guys they're sailing down the Essequibo, Borbis, and Demerara rivers. Concerning the interest rates, yes, I wish President Ali and Jagdeo can share that information as a Christmas gift to the Guyanese people. Wouldn't that be great, Josh?
Of course.
Huh? Yeah. But you think they will give that? No. I just want to share this 1 minute story with you before I take your phone calls. A wise man said, life is like a journey on a train with its stations, with changes of routes and with accidents. At birth, we boarded the train with our parents and we believe they will always travel on our side. However, at some station, our parents will step down from the train, leaving us on this journey alone. As time goes by, other people will board the train and they will be significant. That is, our siblings, friends, and even the love of our life with our children. Many will step down and leave a permanent vacuum. Others will go so unnoticed that we don't realize that they've vacated their seats, which is very sad when you think about it. This train ride will be full of joy, sorrows, fantasies, hellos, goodbyes, and farewells. Life consists of having good relationships with all the passengers, requiring that we give the best of ourselves. The mystery to everyone is we do not know at which station we ourselves will step down. So we must live in the best way, love, forgive, and offer the best of who we are. It is important to do this because when the time comes for us to step down and leave our seat empty, we should leave behind beautiful memories for those who will continue to travel on the train of life. I wish you all a joyful journey next year on the train of life and share lots of love. More importantly, give thanks to our Creator for the journey. Lastly, I thank you all for being one of the many passengers on my train throughout the year 2022. With that said, Uncle, let me take this minute to say on behalf of my entire staff, the staff of the Kaieteur News and the Kaieteur Radio, my family, and on my own behalf, a blessed and peaceful Christmas holidays to each and every one of you. May the light of our Creator shine on all of us, and good sense, decency, love, and hope prevail throughout 2023. Namaste.
It is now 12 hours 11 in Ghana. With your news at this time, I'm Kevin Smith. On Friday, High Court Judge Nareshwar Harnanan ruled that Ghana's Environmental Protection Agency breached the law to issue a permit to Schlumberger Ghana Inc. to construct a radioactive storage facility at Lot 1, Area X, Houston, East Bank, Demerara, without conducting an environmental impact assessment first. On February 14th, 3 environmental activists and residents who live nearby the facility, Vanda Radzik, Danuta Radzik, and Rafal Singh, filed a lawsuit at the Demerara High Court against the EPA, the Environmental Assessment Board, and Schlumberger. The residents won their case last Friday when the judge handed down its ruling in the case, not only quashing the EPA's decision to grant permission to the U.S.-owned company to construct and operate a facility, but also halting the works at the radioactive storage facility. Justice Harnanan declared that the EPA's decision to not conduct an assessment into the effects of the construction of the facility was illegal, ultra vires, unreasonable, and irrational since it breached the Environmental Protection Act. And moving on, with Vice President Bara Jagdeo throwing his support behind ExxonMobil's claim that Guyana was getting 52% profit from the oil resources in the Stabroek Block, Kaieteur News publisher Glenn Lal said this assertion could not be further from the truth. He said that as head of the petroleum sector, Jagdeo should do more to monitor the expenses of ExxonMobil, which the country recoups. The company, rather, recoups based on the lopsided production sharing agreement. The issue came to the fore some 2 Fridays ago at a news conference hosted by Jagdeo after he was asked to weigh in on the issue with reference to billboards erected by ExxonMobil advancing the 52% profit claim. And veteran petroleum engineer and former head of the Environmental Protection Agency, Dr. Vincent Adams, has called out the government of Guyana for exhibiting signs of a power-drunk administration now backed by oil revenue. Adams has argued that the government has failed to adequately protect citizens and the oil sector, but is nonchalantly allowing the oil companies to break the laws and disregard standards customary to oil operations. Adams said that the government is being emboldened by the increased revenue from the oil resource and has already started to treat citizens poorly. The AFC had pointed to actions committed by the government that they believe are infringing on the democratic fabric of the country. Adams explained that there are a number of issues currently affecting the oil sector. He said to date, workers on the oil ships are still treated like second-class citizens by being paid less and treated as less. He said that even the insurance companies are now complaining as evidence relating to how Exxon and partners are trying to cheat the sector out of millions of US dollars starting to surface. Adams continued that local companies are not given the same treatment as Exxon, which already enjoys an excessively friendly production sharing agreement with the country. And moving on, PNCR executive Mervyn Williams and parliamentarian Don Hastings Williams are being seriously considered for the post of General Secretary for the PNCR following the resignation of Geeta Chandin Edmund. Well-placed sources said that the two candidates are highly respected within the party, and the leader of the opposition, Aubrey Norton, will make a decision shortly. And moving on, a family of 5, including 3 children, along with approximately 4 other homes, were damaged by heavy winds that swept through Region 5, Number 9 Village, West Coast Berbice over the weekend. 27-year-old Angelica Laltu said her entire roof was blown away by the gusty winds sometime around 6 hours yesterday morning. Electrical wires that were connected to the home were also destroyed. Accompanying the heavy winds was the rain, which soaked all her furniture and appliances. Meanwhile, Member of Parliament Fizal Jafar Ali said that materials was donated to Laltu to have her roof fixed. He confirmed that at least 5 homes were affected, but Laltu's home endured extensive damage. Persons willing to assist Laltu can make contact with her on cell phone number 672-3551. And just before we head to a break, residents of Smith Creek Region 1 are set to benefit from 10 wooden elevated houses to be built under the Hinterland Housing Program of the Central Housing and Planning Authority. Housing and Water Minister Colin Crowell signing contracts to build houses at Smith Creek Region 1. At a simple signing ceremony which took place on the sidelines of a community outreach spearheaded by Housing and Water Minister Colin Crowell at the Mabaruma Learning and Resource Center, some $13 million in contracts were signed. The time is now 12 hours 17 in Guyana. We'll return shortly after the break.
Right now, children are at an increased risk of sexual abuse, and the perpetrator can be nearer than you think. So stay alert and be aware. Be aware of your neighbors. Be aware of your friends. Be aware of the people you have in your home. Do not become complacent. Protect children now. You can make a report to the police or call the CPA hotline on 227-0979.
A message from the Child Care and Protection Agency, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and UNICEF.
Welcome back. Despite increasing global efforts to combat corruption, lawful but unlawful practices which push the limits of anti-corruption legislation by staying just within the laws or by exploiting loopholes and disparities between jurisdictions remain stubbornly present. Professor Nikos Passes, Professor of Criminology and Criminal Justice at Northeastern University, highlighted this as a key issue for anti-corruption, anti-money laundering compliance, and cybercrime professionals during his keynote address at the Caribbean Development Bank's 2022 Caribbean Conference on Corruption, Compliance, and Cybercrime last week. He highlighted the financial incentive for companies to do such, noting that the costs of mitigating against or preventing certain bad practices can be significantly higher in jurisdictions with tighter regulatory and legislative frameworks, and that the rewards reaped can be huge. In other news, restoration work to the quote-unquote iconic City Hall building is on track for its 2023 completion, so said Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Nigel Dharamlal. The $780 million contract was signed on September 24, 2021, with Fides Guyana Incorporated. Minister Dharamlal explained Friday that as the work progresses, extensive damage to structural components of the building is being uncovered by the contractors, making the works intricate and tedious. Meanwhile, the government is progressively working to address the concerns of all categories of workers, and teachers will soon receive salary increases, President Ali said on Wednesday. He emphasized that while Guyana understands the importance of wage adjustments, the all-embracing well-being support by the administration is more than just finance. And with that, we've come to the end of today's News at Noon. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Coming up next is the National Outlook with GHK Lal.
Week's editions of the National Outlook. Because it's Christmas week, so to speak, we have Christmas on Sunday, the day itself, and we have the 4-day holiday starting from Saturday. I thought I would do things that are serious but less businesslike. They are very serious in terms that they impact us from day to day in daily life in Guyana. From Sunday's Kaieteur news, we learned of a 37-year-old woman, a bystander no less, killed in a bus accident at Zeeburg on the west coast of Demerara. She wasn't in the bus. She wasn't even quite on the road. This woman was a bystander just around the store in Zeeburg, and she's now dead. For someone to die under such circumstances, perhaps any circumstance, at any time of the year, is hard enough. It's incredibly bad for this to happen days before Christmas. The news article did not say whether she had any children or a partner, but she's gone. The bottom line is that she's gone. Mowed down, run over by a bus. Now, that bus swerved from a car, as I am reading this, hit another vehicle, and then careened over into that store and killed this woman. Something tells me that that involved a lot of speed. A lot of speed. To hit one object, then another, and then cross another distance really conveys to us that a lot of speeding was in the mix there that resulted in one woman dead and several others injured. Several others injured. Another bus came after and also had an accident there. Now, it's Christmas time. It's the long December month of celebration in Guyana. And when we talk of celebration in Guyana, that means drinking. Lots and lots of drinking. Just so nobody gets the impression that I'm being holier than thou, I too like a good drink, but I never drink and drive. I never drink and drive. Never think about it. Drinking and driving is usually deadly. Bad things happen. We might get away with it for weeks, months, years, and we feel so proud of ourselves. Oh yes, I know what I'm doing. I'm in control. But when one accident happens and somebody gets severely injured or dies, then it's a crime now. It's more than an accident. It's a crime. It's where a vehicle has been used as a weapon, so to speak again. My point is, it's Christmas, it's December. Let's ease off on the drinking. Let's ease off on the speeding, on the recklessness, on the discourtesies that have come to characterize our road, to be the norm on our roads from our drivers. At stoplights, at major roads, at pedestrian crossings, in crowded places. I don't know. Most likely this is going to fall on deaf ears, but we have to keep trying. We can't give up. Giving up, stop talking, sitting on my hands are not options for me. So we want everybody to have a safe and healthy holiday. One woman and her family that she leaves behind is not going to have that. Please be sensible. Please be sober. Please do the right thing. I'm GHK Lal on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for listening to the National Outlook.
I'm here say watching a selector out. I'm here say K Vibes King.